Why modern dating is broken. Public interviews with Gen Z. A video by a creator who I have never watched before. I genuinely don't know who this guy is. Never watched his content. Don't know his views. But the topic of dating has been an interesting one on my channel. I think even at some of the last streams we did discuss it. Like with child-free people, it's the same with I think with men and women. You can see over here I had a lot of videos about dating. So interesting, new creator. Let's explore and let's figure out, because a lot of people might agree that modern dating is broken. But why is that happening? Let's find out.
All of them.
The way I dress is very not modest, but it's my own dynamic. And I've got nice tits,
So I don't even think toxic masculinity is a thing. It sounds like a garbage term made up by Marxists.
there's like a trend, like if you go to the gym, you have to be like depressed and all.
Can you give me some motivation, please?
We can do it.
Okay, that's enough. The year is 2024 and it is becoming harder and
Yeah, 2025 now. This video was probably like, when was this video actually uploaded? 7 months. Yeah, so it's like end of 2024. We can say it's 2025. The things are either worse or haven't changed.
harder to escape politics. Wherever you go, on social media or in person to university campuses, the political is the personal now. It's all people talk about. I'm here outside Downing Street, but in this video, we're not talking about something that can be solved by politics, and that is the modern dating culture crisis amongst Gen Z. So, let's head away from the centre of politics and go into central London to talk to some of the Gen Zers, like myself, about what they think to dating culture.
This epic setup. Britain looks more clean in this video than when we talk about.
So we're here with
Christy, Elsie.
and I wanted to ask you today.
I like that the last video we had about fat acceptance, and then we're 1 minute into the new one, and I still see freaking McDonald's.
About being Gen Z and what you think of modern dating culture. Do you think it's in a good place?
No.
Why not?
I know.
Because men kind of suck.
Why do men suck?
Of course, like, listen, I'm not sexist, but come on, this is a sexist video. What the hell do you mean men suck?
Because they're quite rude. They're not really nice anymore.
All of them.
No. There's some out there.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
What about you? Any thoughts?
I think the fact that a lot of it's over social media is not good. I think that I don't know, I just think it's sad when you say you've met someone over like talking.
Here's the tricky part. I think that some girls did actually accept this in men. You know, when you're saying that men are rude, men are, I don't know, cursing a lot, compare the amount of men who did this in like 1960s and compared to them now. Like, I have a tick. I can't I don't curse in front of women. I genuinely find it disrespectful and I just don't do it. But how many Gen Zs literally care about it? And how many Gen Z girls literally care about it? I have heard more women curse in front of me sometimes than I have cursed in front of them. So really, is it more because you've also started accepting some things?
Over Snapchat instead of like meeting them in person.
Do you think that dating apps are a good way of actually finding a long-term partner?
I mean, I know quite a lot of my friends that have met their boyfriends through a dating app. I don't know, I mean, I guess it can work out, but I also feel like it's nicer to meet the person in person.
I guess it's hard because dating apps, you only see photos and a few cheesy prompts.
Yeah.
What percentage of men in 2018 do you think said that they hadn't had any sexual activity in the last year?
Maybe like
Over 40%, 41%.
30%.
It's like I remember there was a show in my home country where they also asked these questions in percentages, and you had to like guess the answer. And if you got something in the 20% gap, so like less by 10 or a bit or under 10 plus, you got the correct answer. So I'm getting 41.
Okay, what about you?
Like 40, maybe?
Okay, it was 34%, a third of.
I think you won like $25 or something for this answer. Or was it like Well, it was like $40 in that during those times, like $40.
People, and that was 6 years ago. So I can imagine after the lockdown, yeah, it's a lot less.
Do you know what that is now?
It's probably like 50%. It's a coin toss. It's heads or tails whether men are getting any.
I would still
heads
get the
or
correct
tails.
plus 50.
I'm gonna get in the middle of you two. I'm gonna split up the couple. So I'm here with
Max.
Emily
I want to ask you, how did you two meet?
at a run club.
At a run club.
Yeah.
I slid into her DMs. I said, "You and me need to run at this run club." Rest is history. No word of a lie.
I know.
No word of a lie.
And how did you find her on DMs?
She's got a small following. She had a bit
Okay.
of a following. I followed her for a while, and yeah, I just thought, why not?
And you were a fan.
Nah, not a fan.
Yeah, he definitely was.
I've heard so much about these run clubs. I need to try them out
What's
because
wrong?
I feel like dating apps don't work. Do you agree with that?
Oh,
Yeah, 100%.
It's like in-person Tinder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Run clubs
like
Wow.
it's
in-person
like
Tinder.
everyone. Yeah, 100%.
Forget run club. It's Riz club. It's gang club. You drop gangs. All it is. It's literally all it is.
How do you do it while you're running?
You do it before or after, because when you're running,
Like, did I go for a coffee?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
like go for Nando's or something?
Oh, is this a
exactly
run
what I
club?
did.
Do you feel like people are sort of ditching dating apps for run clubs because it hasn't worked out for them?
Yeah, I'd say in London, yeah, definitely, because I feel like, especially when you get to your sort of early 20s, you kind of want to stray away from the dancing, drinking, smoking culture.
Right.
And I feel like run clubs, as soon as you hit
Run
22,
club.
you're at a run club. So yeah, so definitely.
They're both
What
running.
made you want to stray away from that culture? Why don't you? How old are you?
22.
22. Yeah. So why don't you go out
Looks
and
like
go
18,
clubbing
I'm
and
not
drinking
gonna
every
lie.
night?
I think there's nothing wrong with it. It's just when you want to
I
kind
look
of
older than him and I'm younger.
get to that next level, I think that's just the part of your life you've got to suppress. I'd say so.
And would you go for a guy if he was really attractive and nice, but if he did go out clubbing every day and smoking, whatever
Oh
else?
no, 100% not.
Why
Like,
not?
Most unattractive thing is vaping. Like I live like anything like vaping, drinking, smoking.
keep
Oh,
this
not a
girl.
bit of me.
Keep
And I don't
this
do it
girl.
myself, so like we can't relate. Do you know what I mean? And it's hard to find the balance. Some people can do it. I just like I'd say I'm quite extreme when it comes to fitness, so I don't have time.
And what would you go for if you could list like 3 attributes to a guy?
Went for this guy. This guy's like, wait. I'm like, what? I'm already with. I like that the camera also zoomed in on him because this is gold. This is just gold. Like, look at his reaction.
Physical personality.
Both.
Oh, physical, tall, mullet, fun.
Okay.
That's what I describe you.
And what about,
That's so nice.
what about you? Cut the flirting and
Yeah,
try and
yeah,
impress
yeah.
each other. 3 most important things.
Yeah, I just think funny, laid back, and just they have to be physically active, 100%.
Okay.
Definitely, that's a big thing for me.
What do you see as the future for dating our age? Because, you know, there's been loads of stats. 54% of Gen Z guys, once they turn 20, say they had any relationship in their
Ah,
teens,
really?
even just one. So if you're at a pub with your mates, a group of boys,
Yeah.
and you ask them about their relationships in their teens,
Wow.
only half of them would be able to
That's
even tell you
crazy.
about anything. Why do you think that's happening?
I'm actually
Piss.
curious. My group is even small.
It's a good question. I think it could be twofold. So one, they're either really just not interested, they're trying to like make themselves who they are at an early age, or they're just not, sounds mean, but they're not at that age where they want to care about it, so it's just not something that they've tried to practice.
Ask this question in terms of girls. Like, how many girls have had a relationship in their teens? That's a more interesting question, trust me, because it reveals a whole bigger concept. But I think I'm going to talk about this later, so I'll skip it for now.
Practice dating and things like that, I'd say.
Yeah. Do you think social media has a part to play in this?
What, in like men not being able to date?
Yeah.
Sort of. I feel like it's really like glorified to be like that hardcore, heartbroken gym bro that like can't speak to women and like is like emo.
Do you think, I guess what you're alluding to there is that it's almost cool to suffer and be a bit of a victim.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. There's like a trend. Like, if you go to the gym, you have to be like depressed and all.
Fight your demons.
Yeah,
Yeah, do you know what I
literally.
mean? It's like,
Bro
it
is
ain't that
fighting
deep.
his demons.
It's not that deep, is it,
No.
realistically? Just get out there. Get out there, meet a girl, go gym.
Touch grass.
Yeah, touch some fucking grass, smell some fresh air. You're fine, mate, yeah? Do you know what I mean? Simple as that.
Do you reckon that's going to change? Final question. Do you think that victim culture that we have going on our age is ever going to go away?
I think it...
It's going to go... Oh my god, I have another ad. What? Okay, I'll watch. I'll skip the ad and then I'll give my opinion. I'm sorry. Yeah, so giving my answer. No, wait. Giving my answer. The victim culture is gonna stop once life hits hard. Like, we're not even close to like hard times. Once it's actually hard time, the harder the times are gonna get, the more the victim culture is gonna die. Let's see what this guy has to say.
I think there's no light without dark. You're always going to have some people that are staying within that realm, but I think if you're looking at the right things and with the right people, 100% it will change. You just got to surround yourself with the right group, consume the right content, and it can be the pathway into either a really good life in that sphere or not at all.
Do you agree?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, well, I just think, I don't know, I don't think of it that deeply. I just think, no, I think we.
What are you asking me? Like, I don't want to be sexist, but like, she has her bags, she's got her fitness, she's got her guy. Why the fuck does she have to care about other problems? Like, genuinely think about it. Like, but again, the more I'm gonna say, the more people are gonna like be heating up in the comments. But on one hand, I want this. On the other hand, we still have 20 minutes of the video, so I'll definitely make another 1 or 2 controversial comments.
Went through like a phase in like the gym community of like, it's cool to be depressed and hardcore. I feel like we're coming out of it. Like, it just goes in waves. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah. To get a bit too philosophical on Oxford Street, I think it's very much the case that we're too comfortable in the West and in the UK specifically. So we need to find things that suck about our lives, because as soon as you blame it on something other than yourself, it's not your fault. Whereas actually the truth kind of is that everything we do is our responsibility.
Yeah, I was gonna say, take responsibility. Even if if something bad happens to you, it might not be your fault, but you're responsible for how you react. So
I know we've gone on a lot, but take responsibility. There's a very famous man that says that as well, by the name of Andrew Tate.
I knew he was gonna say this name. I knew. Oh my god, that's it. We're gonna be heated now. Let me just watch. Let's watch it.
He says the same thing. Do you agree with anything else that he says?
I don't really like him. I mean, I understand he may say some nice things for like the younger generation, but like that just doesn't like disinclude all the horrible things he said about women and like how he objectifies women. So yeah.
Do you think he's part of the problem?
Oh, I don't really know. I think he was sort of a phase. He was almost like a meme. Do you know what I mean? Like, he sort of just came, like, did his thing for a year and left.
That's what blew my mind, because I thought some of the shit he was saying, he was just a comedian, and it would have actually been quite funny, because he was this exaggerated caricature of what a man should be.
If you want to be, like, hardcore, or, like, one of those kind of boys, go for someone like David Goggins. Like, he's not being mean to women, do you know what I mean? Like,
who's going to carry the boats?
Well, Goggins or Tate? Goggins versus Tate.
Who wins, Goggins or Tate?
Goggins, 100%.
What are we? Oh, is it a fist fight or what? I think Tate.
The guy is a 4-time kickboxing world champion. Like, I'm not like pro Tate or pro Goggins or anything. I'm pro Zyno. Like, this is why this channel is called in my name. But it really depends on the question. Like, let's be rational.
Tate
But, like, just in general, like, Tate could not do the physical, like, endurance or, like, the mental toughness that Goggins has.
Does Goggins have hands? Goggins ain't got hands, mate. I don't think.
He was a Navy SEAL, wasn't he?
He was, yeah, true. Give him a, that's a good point actually.
Mate,
But I
what
don't
about
think he'd
Osman?
scrap. Put Goggins and a Tate in a cage. I don't think Goggins will come out.
This is how we solve it, right? We get...
Like, here's the difference. Like, screw it. My channel, my rules. He hit he hit a very controversial question, Andrew Tate question, right? It's a very anywhere, no matter what you think about the guy, no matter like what you listen to him, the beliefs and all of that. She got emotionally triggered. Like, no matter what he said, she was like, yeah, he may be right on this one, but overall it's not nice what he says and all. And 100% he's losing on anything that against even Goggins, like anything is like not correct. The guy who, I don't know his position on Tate, and I don't know if he supports him or not, but he played it smart. He decided, okay, let's just be rational. Let's forget what we think about both Tate or Goggins or whoever you support, whatever guru, and let's actually think about it. Like, be rational. Okay, if we put them in a cage fight, definitely Tate, or at least Tate has a bigger chance because he was training for this for like what 10 years or something. Plus, he's younger, I think, than Goggins. Goggins is like in his late 40s. Tate is only like 39 or something. I don't remember exactly. So, emotional versus rational. People may call it me sexist, but this is just a very good example of it. I wasn't the one to say it. Like, they were the ones saying it. It's uncut. If you don't believe me, you can go watch the full version. I attached the link in the description. But this is a lot of the times the difference that you can see in so many questions that are targeted towards women and men.
Andrew Tate and Goggins to go to a run club and find some lovely people.
Find some love.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we
Tate
need.
would walk out with 8 women. Goggins would just walk out with a log in his hand, wouldn't he?
All right, we're leaving it there. So we're here with
Andres.
And I wanted to ask you, Andres, what do you think of modern dating? Do you feel like men and women are getting on better than ever and people are getting into relationships, or do you feel like we're more divided?
I think it's more difficult to be in a relationship because like today we have like Tinder and things like that. So I think it's more difficult to find love.
Do you feel like the standards are too high set by women? They should maybe be brought down a little bit, and their expectations are too high because they see all these influencers on social media who look perfect, so they expect everyone to be like that.
Yeah. No, I think like they have high standards because for them like you have to be high and maybe perfect. Like I'm 1.75 and not 180, so it's difficult. You're tall, so you're okay, but for me it's difficult because I'm not tall.
Okay, yeah, he's taller.
They have more expectation, like physique.
Do you think that men are being told that it's okay to be less of a gentleman nowadays?
No, I will not say that they have to be less gentlemen, because
the issue.
Even if the society tell us that we don't have to be that gentleman, I think we have to.
So we're here today with
Ben.
Before he goes, finding love didn't get neither harder or easier. But what social media and what a lot of the things on internet have convinced us is that they try to convince us that it got easier. Like, all you need to do is just go on Tinder. You don't need to care if you curse in front of a girl or not. You don't really need to care how you look like. Hell, you don't even need to care about your masculinity, right? The internet influences like these thoughts. They put these thoughts into our heads. And that makes us think that, well, now it's easier because I can allow myself more things, so and still like get the same amount of women. So technically it's supposed to be easier. But the truth is that it stayed the same. And if in the past we had morals, we had standards that once we obeyed, we got into a certain like route to find our true love. Now we struggle with that because, well, we're taking the downfall. We stop caring, and in order to find that route to our true love, we need to first climb back. So you get it. In terms of finding love, it didn't get easy. It didn't get easier or harder, but it got harder to escape influence. I'm gonna leave us on that.
I wanted to ask you, Ben, about gay culture and where it's at in 2024. How old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay, you don't look a day over 26.
Thank you very much.
What's the state of gay culture at the moment? Do you feel like it's getting more toxic because of social media and dating apps? Or do you state of gay culture at the moment?
Okay.
Do you feel like it's getting more toxic because of social media and dating apps, or do you feel like it's in a good place?
Yeah, so I think it certainly has similarities to how straight people have it. Like, there's a lot of hypergamous relationships going on. It's very difficult to find people. Fortunately, I'm not in that position where I'm looking, but yeah, it's very difficult these days. It's been made harder by all of the dating apps. They've actually made apps harder to use. It used to be that they were much easier to use, like OkCupid. It used to be you can match with people from the other side of the country and you could do it for free and you can message back and forth. And now it's very, very difficult to do that.
Why have they made it more difficult?
They made it more difficult because once people have a successful match and they stop using the service, well, then they can no longer extract money from you or advertise to you.
Right.
So
they've got the incentive to fund their staff, their office space, their other costs.
exactly, and profit.
Of course, that's the big one, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love capitalism. Profit is great. Profit is important.
Yeah.
But
We all do
unfortunately,
things for
it does
profit,
cause
so.
negative consequences to society overall.
Do you see a way around that? Can you imagine an app that's sort of like a charity and it gives really good prompts, lets you work out what people are actually like?
I don't think there is a way around it. I think the way we have it now is it's just a natural consequence of incentives due to profit. And so, yeah, I don't think it's likely to change until there's a cultural shift around it, which I think there's starting to be that. There's starting to be people who are like, they're not using smartphones as much. They're trying to get off of dating apps and start meeting people in person again. So I think that's a positive cultural change.
Yeah. Charlie Munger, show me the incentive and I'll show you the outcome.
Absolutely, 100%.
So what would you say is the biggest difference between straight culture and gay culture at the moment?
Oh, good question. Well, so for gay men, there is it's much more overt. There is like a hookup culture. It's not really frowned upon. No one really has to like pretend they're not into it. Whereas with I think more so with women, there's like they have to kind of pretend to not really be into it type of thing. Although unfortunately, promiscuity is through the roof and actual relationships are on the decline. And
This is something we already talked about because while it not only comes from guys, but it also comes from girls. And we both have to climb up to find our route to true love.
Yeah, so not good. But I think that's one of the key differences, just the acceptedness of being extra promiscuous and sexual.
Why is it accepted to be extra promiscuous as a gay man but not as a straight man or a straight woman?
Well, just men are different than women. I mean, men in general, they pursue sex more. So women have to be more selective evolutionarily because they have to carry a baby for 9 months and then also provide for the child afterwards. Whereas men don't really have to do that. A man can reproduce as much as he wants, and if he supports the kids, great. But I mean, that's not strictly necessary from an evolutionary biology standpoint. And so when you get two men, neither of which gets pregnant, they just do that. Whereas with women, they still have, even though there's like a cultural shift towards promiscuity, there's still this biological evolutionary consequence that women have around needing to have some semblance of staying faithful. And so there's a bit more shame for women than there is for men.
Yeah. And something I'll be so interested to ask you would be about toxic masculinity, because it's thrown about a lot by straight women towards men. Is there toxic masculinity rife, or at least accusations of toxic masculinity in the gay community?
I've not heard a good definition of what toxic masculinity even is. What is it? I would like to know. And so to me, it sounds like it's just a nonsense word. What is it? I would like to know. And so
this guy who was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting."
To me, it sounds like it's just a nonsense word that is intended to
like. Sorry for spotting this, but look on the guy's reaction.
To know.
Oh,
and
sorry.
so to me, it sounds like it's just a nonsense word that is intended to shame men for having traditionally masculine views and desires. I think it's perfectly acceptable and perfectly normal for a man to want to be strong, successful, being able to provide and protect for women, and wanting a woman who is submissive. Women, even the boss bitches, and even these more, I would say, masculine women who want to be in charge of everything, they still want a traditional man. They want a man to take care of them, provide for them, pay for everything. They still want that. And so they want a traditional man, but the man wants a traditional woman, and the woman traditionally would be submissive, follow his lead, not in a domineering, controlling way, but in a protecting and providing type of way. And so, so I don't even think toxic masculinity is a thing. It sounds like a garbage term made up by Marxists. Now, as for toxic masculinity in gay culture, there's not really very many accusations of that. There's a lot of sort of a wide range of acceptance for various forms of, or various degrees of masculinity. Very effeminate men are largely accepted. Very masculine men are actually quite celebrated among gay people. There's not that much, you're too masculine, or why are you like that? It's very rare, actually.
Yeah. And I guess the danger of
this gay guy makes you judge LGBTQ just slightly less. Just a bit slightly. That would be a good question to ask this guy, what he thinks of the pride and all of that stuff, because that's a whole other topic, guys. A whole other topic.
Throwing around a phrase like toxic masculinity too much is that people get scared and they go the other way, and people actually try and hide their emotions or whatever else, but then that's not masculinity either. You know, masculinity is about integrating your emotions, not showing them too much or too little.
Yeah, I think masculinity is perfectly healthy, just like femininity is also perfectly healthy. They're the consequence of evolutionary biology, and our evolutionary biology serves us as how we got here.
And I guess the fact that we are here today and we've evolved to this point shows that real masculinity and femininity are here today and we've evolved to this point shows that real masculinity and femininity are healthy, because otherwise we wouldn't have survived as a species, right?
Exactly. So for men to be traditionally masculine, it means you take care of and protect and provide for the people that you care about. You take care of your children, you take care of your community, and you take care of your family, you take care of your wife or your woman. For a woman to be traditionally feminine, in my view, is to be a caring, nurturing mother who does a good job rearing children, and also is a good supportive partner to the husband. The husband is the one who has to go out hunting, go to war, go earn money, and provide for the rest of the family. And the woman's job is to bring him peace and to be a sense of calm in his life when he's otherwise dealing with war out in the real world, just to provide.
It seems very polarized, and 54% of men.
W gay man. And people are gonna call him toxic because of his words, but I'm gonna give you a W.
And that a Gen Z report that they didn't have any.
Another dude apologized. Yeah, he meant, but he apologized. I was about to judge him.
Relationships as a teenager, which is pretty shocking. If you go to the pub with a group of lads and you ask them about their experience in relationships as a teenager, only half of them could tell you an experience at all. How do you think we get out of this situation?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. And
we need to get out of this situation. I don't know.
Unfortunately, there's an increase in overall loneliness, the loneliness epidemic, and also people tend to not have as many close friends anymore. For people in my generation, as we've gotten older, people they move in with a spouse, they have kids, and so friendships just kind of fray as a result of family pressures. But also, my brother, my youngest brother, he's still in his teens, and they don't really go out and do stuff. Like they're just on their phone rather than going out to do something at the mall. They'll watch a video of a TikTok of someone doing something stupid at the mall, but they're just on their phone, in the living room type of thing. So it's unfortunate. We
just remember how I went out with my boys in my teens. We would still go out, but we'd still go out. We actually still go out, but just in different circumstances.
We've life has become so, I think it's largely a consequence of phones in general. People are just constantly glued to their phones. It's constant dopamine seeking, and we get the dopamine hits instantly without trying. And so we don't really have the incentive, or not the direct incentive, to go out and do stuff for fun with people. Because now you can get the dopamine hits. Also, it's more fun in some senses to see the people that you actually want to see on social media versus going out to a bar or a club or whatever and interacting with people who maybe they're kind of awkward, maybe you want to go home, so that the imperfection of the in-person socialization actually provides as a counter incentive to actually going and participating in all.
Of course, it's risk aversion.
I like the words that he's picking: counter incentive. All of those words that I wouldn't use in regular English. Yeah, this guy deserves a double.
If you're at home on your phone and you haven't really had a chance to see the beauties of the world because you're young and you haven't traveled, especially because of COVID lockdowns or whatever else, why would you go outside and risk being Me Too'd or rejected by a girl in a club when you can just buy a sex doll and go at it, or have an AI girlfriend online that nurtures you?
Right, exactly.
We're going to talk about AI girlfriends as a whole other subject. I will dedicate one stream to AI girlfriends because I have what to say. I have something to say about it.
The AI girlfriends, the robots, those are coming soon. And
they're coming. They're going to be coming soon, and in more ways than one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very sad because interacting with people it's a wonderful thing. We're a social species. Even people who are rather introverted like myself, it's still important to get some socialization. That's how you are able to function in the world. And by having social skills, that allows you to find a mate. It allows you to be a better parent. It allows you to do better in your career. It just gives you an overall more fulfilling life. And so if we don't get that socialization earlier in life, then that hampers the ability to get relationships and maintain and deepen relationships later on. So it's actually quite sad, unfortunately. As for reversing it, I don't know. I think it really just is a cultural change that needs to happen, which is easier said than done, because we still have all of these incentives of, easy dopamine hit play on your phone, and it's getting worse with the whole Apple Vision thing, and we're soon going to be like that movie WALL-E, where everyone just has a screen in front of them constantly, or the Matrix type of thing, where you're just glued in, and there's destitution and
who also talked about the Matrix? I'm just gonna leave it like this.
destruction and poverty all around, but as long as you have your headset on, you can do whatever you want. You can be on the moon, you can dance with the stars yourself virtually. So I don't really know what the solution is. I'm not personally, I'm not very optimistic about the future, but all we can do is be aware of these things and do our best for ourselves and for the people that we care about, inform them, and try to encourage people to move in a better direction.
What do you think to the state of modern dating culture?
I don't know.
So I'm here with
Rajna.
Catherine.
you. Wanted to be on camera. Why did you want to come on camera?
I want to know what you want to ask me.
You might see.
Good call. Wait, give me a sec. I'll turn this thing off. Sony Premium. Give me a sec. I'm not even gonna redo the last 5 seconds. We got like 7 minutes to go, and then I think I'm good for the day.
I was very intrigued why you've gone up to the Take a Free Quran stand in the middle of Leicester Square.
I've always wanted one, and it's free as well. I'm on my own journey with God right now, so.
Tell me more.
Well, I was brought up Muslim, but I had trouble with Islam because of people, and the Islam community and the Bengali community is quite tough. People are very judgmental. Like the way I dress is very not modest, but it's my own journey.
Sure.
And I've got nice tits, so.
Are you religious at all?
No.
How come?
I love the idea of religion and having that belief that there's something there, but I just was never raised like that, so it's just not really my thing.
Okay. Do you think that there's a possibility that God might exist?
No.
Interesting.
So you like the idea, but you're not like, but God does not exist. Like, I'm not trying to force anything. It's like just like, hey, good luck. We'll see each other in 10 years, and we'll see how your life goes. I wish you everything the best. Like, not everything. I don't know you really. I don't know what to wish you, but like, take care.
Why not?
I just don't think if there was someone there, they'd let everything be so shit. Do you know what I mean?
It's like the answer I hear every single time from people who don't believe God. Like, yeah, if God exists, he wouldn't let things be so shit. Like, come on. But that's a whole other video. We're talking about dating today.
Like, everyone has this belief that someone's there for you, but then there's so many innocent people that are just having really shit times. So how can there be this greater purpose when it doesn't really seem like there is?
Someone religious would argue that God is all-seeing and all-knowing and created the universe, and they created, do you know what free will is? People have free will, which means that they can make mistakes, do bad things, and therefore suffering does exist in the world. Otherwise, if God stepped in, you would sort of lose free will. What do you think to that?
I just don't think, like, I've never been raised in this environment. I really just don't believe it. Like, not to make it political, but look at Palestine. Like, you can't say that people, like, innocent kids are just dying. It's like, well, God chose that. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't believe it.
He didn't choose it. He just put it in motion. Like, he put people on earth, and he was just like, create, do what you want, enjoy your life, or don't enjoy it. So everything that's happening is via humanity. It's got nothing to do with God. People are killing each other because they're killing each other.
How do you see the culture clash of
video? I'm gonna have to prepare a whole stream as well on it.
Islamic dating culture versus Western hookup culture, I guess you'd call it, with apps like Hinge and Tinder?
How do I view it?
Yeah.
Not Hinge and Tinder, like, it's different things, but I like that he put the atheist person in the hookup culture, because really most of the hookup people don't actually believe in God, so it's like, it's just like it is like it is.
Do you think one's maybe more right than the other? Do you think they both have their own good and bad parts?
I think it's completely within everyone's, like, personal, like, choice. If someone wants to go hook up someone, like, fine, whatever. but also it's difficult in Islam culture. I feel like it can be quite controlling at points. So it's,
Would you agree with that first?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
yeah, it just seems quite like a male-dominated culture. I'm not saying that's all of it, but like there needs to be kind of a balance between everyone having free will, as you said, to like do what they would like. But, yeah.
I was in Saudi Arabia earlier in this year.
Do what they like. Like this is something that I argue with a lot when people say, do what they like. Are we really here to do what we like? Because trust me, if I were to start doing things that I like and only, or even, so to say, picking or prioritizing things that I like, my life, I wouldn't be sitting here, first of all. My life would be completely different. But again, these questions, other stream. Not today. I'm already fed up a bit.
3 times, actually. A lot of men said there to me, because I asked them about it respectfully, and they said that, you know, the sort of submissive women at home stereotype comes from a place of love and looking after women as their precious gifts. Do you agree with that analysis, or do you think they're lying?
I think it depends on the person. Like each woman has their own views on it. Some people enjoy that and they want to be there to cook and clean. I personally,
before I move on, it says 7 months, right? This is like, okay, October, so it might be hot in October. I was like, what? Why is it so hot in October? In like November or December, but okay, October it may be that hot.
It makes me feel quite controlled because my dad was very controlling with my mum and she had to do it. So because she was forced to, it made me rebel and want to do the complete opposite. So I don't want to be staying at home cooking and cleaning.
I don't want to joke about it, but I'll just make the comment. Daddy issues.
But that's my personal choice. So everyone's got their own choice, you know?
How do you see modern dating culture in terms of dating apps and social media at play? Do you feel like that's had a good effect on hookups and whatever else, or do you think it's had a bad effect on the relationship between men and women?
It's fucking horrific. It's
Why?
awful. Dating apps are terrible. Hinge is terrible. Tinder is terrible. Get yourself off there.
Do you think?
Why? I know very close people who met each other online. Why? And they love each other and they care. They build families together. Why is it bad?
Hookup culture is terrible as well?
I think it's terrible, but that's my opinion.
Don't attach hookup culture to Tinder and Hinge. Don't attach dating apps and hookup culture. Yes, they come hand in hand, but they don't go all the way.
Yeah, like people are, you know.
Why do you think it's terrible?
You don't benefit anything from that. It's a spiritual connection. It is. Someone is with you. You're together. You're having sex. It's not just like bash, 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 and you're done.
Yeah, but she's talking about hookup culture, not about. He asked about why you said it's bad, the dating apps, not the hookup culture. That we know. That we get.
It's deeper than that. It's more important.
Does hookup culture not make you happier?
Happier? Not really. It benefits men more than women, I would say.
Why?
Because sex for a woman, you need to have more of a connection, generally. Not for everyone, but I'd say most women would say that.
I mean, it's biologically proven that women release a bonding hormone when they have sex more so than men do.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone, but like some people, I like the freedom of hookup culture, people want to, but I don't think it's majorly beneficial.
So to wrap it up, do you look for a masculine man?
I do.
Why?
I want to feel safe and protected and like I can rely on them. And I don't want to use my brain when I'm out with a man.
But I still want to dress like this. Like, I get you, woman. I get you. Like, I wouldn't mind talking to you. And you seem like a very, like, actually rational person. You have given some quite constructive answers. But I feel like you just want... You want more with less responsibility. That's what I'm hearing here. Like, you want more, you want to have more of that with less actions from your side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being nice today. It's my first stream back. We're almost done, so I'm not gonna start it. I'm just gonna delightfully let it slide.
I don't want to use my brain.
And can you define masculinity for me, if that's what you look for?
Masculinity. Someone that
Now,
I just
I
felt like
remember how it
someone big and strong.
Somebody thinks for you.
That's the most masculine trait you can have. Ironically, that's probably more a feminine trait. Men just tend to fucking do whatever without thinking. We're very stupid like that. Anyways, thank you for your time, guys. All right, let's shift round, shift round. There we go. Just make sure you guys are looking as good as possible.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So we're here with
Alex.
and
I'm Tom, yeah.
you guys look like very
typical
well-groomed
Brits.
individuals. I see your teeth, I see your hair, I see the outfits.
It's a fake, mine aren't. Oh, Mine aren't. bro, it's like you do me on here. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you guys, do you feel like women place an increased emphasis on looks rather than personality nowadays?
Completely.
Yeah?
Completely. Oh, yeah. So basically, I think even any dating website is completely looks orientated straight away. 100%. No way. It's only when you find out later on that you actually get to meet you, but it looks all the way. I find that every girl I see is have a look or money orientated. I think that's the main two things these days. No matter how nice you are as a person, I think the more hard work you are, the more bit of a prick
And
you
you're
are.
also attracted to the Asian community, aren't you, mate? So,
Well.
And obviously we're in London and Manchester and England now, aren't we? So.
Well, anyway about that, but yeah. Anyway, about that. But yeah.
Party. That's party over, baby.
Yeah.
Party over. Baby.
Anyway, I think we've gone off that. But yeah.
That was good. That was good.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to help the channel.
Ah, dude, I'll give it to you. Like, listen, I can watch your content, I can react to it, so I'll definitely keep you in mind. But anyways, moral of today's video, it's what I said before. Dating has not become harder. It's the same as it was before, but we just have to keep the standards, if not as before, but at least keep them at a decent level. You know what I'm saying? I hope you do, because with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this reaction. I thank you all for watching live or in replay. If you watched it in replay on YouTube, comment below everything you think, please. Also comment if you didn't like the reaction so that I know why and I can maybe change it in my next streams. But anyway, guys, it was a great feeling to talk with you again, to react to some videos. I missed it. Hope you missed it as well. And now I am back. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like this video if you did enjoy. Dislike if you didn't, but you have to 100% comment why you didn't, and comment below even if you liked it. Just share your thoughts. And with that being said, this was Zyno today with you, and I will see you in my other reactions. Woo!